The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Locksmith Brandon Williams being flanked by his new stable of cronies in Derek James and Cade Fight. Hasn't been doing much to regain the trust and love and support of the Retinal fans, that's for damn sure.
Well, he claims to be a good guy, but I mean, those actions right there, he's got a red chain. This is not a good human being.
Not at all. Good humans don't wear red. Now the complete opposite end of that love-hate spectrum on the way to the ring right now is We're Here star. The piece, totally plastic, Pha'Nesse makes his way to the ring, and Pha'Nesse has been arguably, as far as the online polls are going, one of the biggest favorites in this entire tournament, Scotty, and rightfully so.
Oh, absolutely. If you want to talk about someone who represents Retinal Pro Wrestling, if you want to talk about someone who can sit atop that mountain, it is none other than totally plastic Pha'Nesse.
Championship tournament. Introducing first in the ring to my right, from River City, Alabama, weighing in at 195 pounds, Locksmith Brandon Williams. And in the ring to my left, from Nashville, Tennessee, totally plastic,
both very, very loud reactions, but both sounding completely different at the same time.
Two completely different sides of the spectrum. Pha'Nesse with the love of this crowd behind them.
Brandon Williams taking a moment, says don't call for the bell yet. It's just feeding off of the boos of the crowd here at the beautiful WORKPLAY Theater here in Birmingham, Alabama. See, Brandon, that's what that's supposed to sound like, but Brandon doesn't give a damn, instead attacking Pha'Nesse from behind. Official calls for the bell, and this is how we're getting things started. Brandon Williams, it is so insane how far we've come, or how far we've regressed, I guess you could say, in the last year here in Retinal Pro Wrestling. Brandon Williams, a hot, undefeated streak early on in his Retinal career, one of the hottest talents in the entire locker room, and throws it all the way. And for what?
At the end of the day, your character is not made through success. Your character is shown through defeat. And at the end of the day, Locksmith showed his true colors when he began to eat those defeats.
And we have seen that Locksmith taking on a lot of the recent signings of our general manager, Carmen Michael, who of course took the reins at the beginning of 2024 and has done a hell of a job since. But right now, Locksmith's got a lot more to worry about as Pha'Nesse comes in with that kick but gets caught by Brandon Williams, and Brandon Williams sending the foot into the post.
Ironically targeting that ankle. You could tell Brandon already thinking about that hell to pay ankle lock.
Keeping it in mind at all times, trying to wear down the ankle of Pha'Nesse, making it that much softer of a target for that eventual hell to pay. See what the Locksmith's got in mind now, immediately with the grip on the ankle. kicking the back of the knee of Pha'Nesse and then driving down the ankle once more.
Just targeting that limb. That is the type of competitor Brandon Williams is, a thinking man's wrestler.
Brandon Williams, regardless of what anybody might feel about him, of course, that beautiful short elbow there. One of the best technical wrestlers at the Southeast scene has today. Fisherman suplex, keeps the leg hook with the bridge and just a 2.
Brandon Williams, a competitor who wrestles with his mind, but Pha'Nesse, a competitor that wrestles with his heart. And you can see it right here. Seeking that Crux Tri-State Championship. Let's not forget, Pha'Nesse, the only individual in this tournament who is actually a student of Crux.
And that title has definitely been looming over Pha'Nesse like a shadow since breaking into the professional wrestling industry. A former trainee of Kerry Awful floats in for the cover. Lateral press from Williams, but just a 2 count. And that is something that Pha'Nesse has got on his mind this entire tournament. How much it would mean to hold a championship that at one point seemed so far away. Short Irish whip there from Brandon Williams. Williams looking to shut up this Birmingham crowd as much as he can, but not doing a great job of it so far. Pha'Nesse gets the boot up.
Ironically, bringing up Kerry Awful, that's actually a competitor who, in my opinion, very much like Brandon Williams. Has that technical acumen, has a ton of moves in his back pocket ready, and that may very well be what Pha'Nesse needed, that training from Awful to get ready for this locksmith.
Well, and just like Brandon Williams, Kerry Awful usually comes out to the ring with a couple of assholes too, so you've got that in common as well, as it looks like Williams immediately wants to go for that hell to pay. And pulling Pha'Nesse further and further away from the ropes. Pha'Nesse is in a lot of pain. That ankle has taken so much damage, but Pha'Nesse able to get to the ropes. Brandon's got to break it, but he's using every bit of that 5 count before he does.
Well, Pha'Nesse not even letting that 5 count happen. Instead, turns it around and just clocks Locksmith.
Beautiful enziguri from Totally Plastic. Trying to reset this match as much as he can, looking to get a little bit of distance. Pha'Nesse coming back in with a clothesline. And another one drops the Locksmith once again. And with that back kick, tosses Locksmith to the opposite side of the ring. Here comes Pha'Nesse, wheelbarrow position, but had it scouted, did Williams, and Williams right back to the ankle.
You notice that even while attempting to fire up, Pha'Nesse favoring that one leg. The Locksmith's work, unfortunately, already.
Wait a minute. Pha'Nesse gets the victory!
And advancing to the next round of the Tri-State Tournament, Pha'Nesse!
Pulling that roll-up out of literal nowhere. Neither one of us saw that coming, but Pha'Nesse knew he had to change the game as quick as possible, had to try to get out of this match without suffering too much more damage, as now Pha'Nesse will go to the finals. But who will Pha'Nesse be going against? A member of the Carnies and Hunter Drake, or Pha'Nesse's own tag team partner, Jameson Shook?
An old friend or an old enemy, one of the two will be awaiting Totally Plastic.
Oh, come on. Pha'Nesse trying to walk back through the curtain, but instead getting cut off by the Carnies. Speaking of Hunter Drake, here he is right here. Come on, guys. We know that the next match in round 1 is coming up next, and making a statement to Totally Plastic. Hunter Drake telling Totally Plastic it's gonna be us, and we know the Carnies have not been shy about this. They are going to do everything that they can to make sure that each individual member of their group wins every match that they are involved in here tonight at Blatant Debauchery.
Which is not what they usually do. Usually the Carnies stay out of each other's business.
No, of course, completely different. Out of character, if anything. And here comes the other half of Totally Shook. Jameson Shook. And you know these two would love nothing more than to meet each other in the finals. That would be, honestly, I think that's what a lot of people here want to see. Totally Shook have not been strangers about facing off against each other in the ring whenever it needs be. And right now, they definitely want to do everything they can to make sure that a member of the Carnies stays out of that finals. That's for damn sure.
Absolutely. Jameson Shook, a man who has been on fire as of late. On a quest to, I believe, 100 matches this year, and I believe he is going to eclipse that goal sooner rather than later, Rob.
I believe he has 160 matches, I want to say, total in his year-and-a-half career. The one-year vet, Jameson Shook.
Is the first round match in the Tri-State Championship Tournament, and is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, to my right, from the 4-1-2, he is the 2024 Action Future Showcase winner, Jameson Shook! Representing the Carnies, from Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 140 pounds, he is the Heartbreak Carney and the Sixth God, Blatant!
Something I do want to bring up, as was mentioned in the introductions, you see that gold medal that Jameson Shook was wearing out here did just win the Action Future Showcase just yesterday afternoon, and that was another tournament that Jameson Shook took place in and won the whole damn thing, going against some of the top prospects all over the Southeast, just as this Crux Tri-State tournament is here right now here in Retinal Wrestling, as you've got Jameson Shook and Hunter Drake. And can Jameson do it 2 days in a row? Can he go back to back, but this time walking away with a championship, Scotty?
Well, unfortunately, as you can see, Hunter Drake still flanked by those Carnies. Pha'Nesse with enough faith in their tag team partner to leave Shook out to his own devices. But also you do have to take in mind, like you just brought up, Jameson Shook just participated in one of the biggest tournaments in the Southeast. I believe I talked to him earlier today. 5th match for the weekend at this point.
Putting in the work. It's been a busy weekend for a lot of professional wrestlers. Jameson Shook has been working harder than most. Is it too much? Has Shook's body taken too much of a beating to keep it up? But Hunter Drake been featured pretty heavily this weekend as well. Hunter Drake has been through hell and back, just as Jameson Shook. And Hunter Drake also, as you mentioned earlier, and unfortunately we're going to have to talk about it all night, that X factor on the outside being Kerry Awful and Nick Iggy. Shook rears back for the chop, but Drake out of the way, and Drake with a poke to the eye. Shook is dazed after that one, doesn't know where he is, can't see anything after that poke to the eye, but Shook just trying to fight on instinct alone and gets caught on the outside by the Carnies, and able to capitalize was Hunter Drake. The officials got to do something about this. We're going to have to throw these guys out. And you see the official distracted by Drake as Kerry Awful throwing in right hands to Jameson Shook.
I would say shocking behavior, but this is pretty much exactly what you expect when you have Iggy and Awful around the outside. They just threw that man so hard he went across the entire ring and directly under the boot of Hunter Drake.
And we know we have still got Kerry Awful in action later this evening against Big Dave. Nick Iggy in action later as well. Pha'Nesse just having to fight through hell. Double stack cover from Drake. Pha'Nesse just having to fight through hell. Went ahead, went to the back, had that faith in Jameson Shook, but right now I think Shook's hoping that he had somebody out here to watch his back, because it's looking like he might need it.
He may need it, but I know Jameson Shook. He wants to do this on his own. He wants to fight through everything on his own. He's a man I've multiple times called his own worst enemy, because he's willing to take his body to limits that I don't think other competitors are.
That running shooting star, the knees land to the midsection, but not enough to put away Shook. Drake now gets Shook back up. Shook trying to fight back, throwing shots in the midsection. A double chop to the throat from Drake. Drake with the Irish whip gets reversed. Caught to the side slam by Jameson Shook.
That's right, Shook going to need to capitalize right now, but I think every nerve of his body is firing with pain. Not able to capitalize.
That beating from the weekend has definitely looked like it's starting to take its toll on Jameson Shook. Shook tries to fire back up, tries to get this Birmingham crowd behind him. Now both men very gingerly back to their feet. Drake gets sent over the top. Oh, but catches Jameson Shook with the right hand. And Jameson Shook catches Hunter Drake. Shook is looking worse for wear. Can't put a lot of weight on that left foot, but doing what he can with what he's got.
Massive Yakuza kick. Will
the
that
cover.
do it? No!
Kerry awful, just talking that trash on the outside. Nick Iggy following suit. Jameson trying to get into this, trying to stay on top of Hunter Drake. He's got the goozle now. Goes for the choke slam, but Drake's out of it. Drake kick to the midsection. Gets caught once again. And catches up with a kick to the shoulder blades. Hooks the leg. Could this be it? No!
What a maneuver from Jameson Shook. Breaking the fall of Hunter Drake with his own boot.
Wants to put away Hunter Drake. Can he do it? No, Drake reverses out. Pushes back Shook. Shook charges in, but eats the back elbow. Drake springboards up, but gets caught by Shook. Shook with waist control, but Drake once again reverses out of it. Drop kick in the corner. Wants that power bomb, and he's got it. No!
Last minute kick. Like a ghost coming back to life. Jameson Shook staying in this fight. Hunter Drake consulting with the Carnies.
Drake.
Oh, I've seen this
Oh, we
before.
know what he wants here, but can't get his footing. Jameson Shook able to get out of the predicament, but oh my goodness, stomping on that injured foot of Shook.
Goes for the kick. Shook says no.
Got him up and drops it face first, does Shook. Can Shook get there in time? He's got the legs hooked.
This is a totally Shook final.
What the hell are the Carnies doing? Ref, we got to throw these guys out of here. Jameson Shook back up. But look at Hunter Drake with the low blow to Shook. Official doesn't see it. Hunter Drake steps up onto the back of Shook.
Directly into the lights as well.
And the code red. That's it.
Here is your winner, Hunter Drake!
And it looks like Hunter Drake might have spoke that one into existence, as it will be Drake, the Heartbreak Carney, taking on Totally Plastic Pha'Nesse later tonight in the finals of the Crux Tri-State Championship Tournament.
Oh, and look at this.
Can we get somebody out here to do something about this? The match is over. Oh, and it looks like the help is on the way. Big Dave set to take on Kerry. Awful. We've got both men out here. We might as well do this shit now. And it looks like we are. If bell sounds, we're ready to go. And now it's Iggy and Hunter Drake on the outside as Big Dave just laying bombs to Kerry. Awful.
I don't think Big Dave's going to give the Carnies the opportunity to interfere at all.
wheel out of the corner from Big Dave.
And this is a man incensed.
Oh.
This is a man who's deserved opportunities in this company. He's deserved those main events, deserved those title opportunities, and every single time been screwed out of them by Kerry Awful and the Carnies.
These two have not minced words one bit on social media in the lead up to this match. Here, Kerry Awful letting the words fly once again, but you are not about to hip toss the biggest man alive, not that easily.
Well, he's the biggest man alive. That's going to be a hard hip toss in general. And Dave not letting it happen. Instead, turning it around into something of his own.
Big Dave with this Birmingham crowd firmly behind him, scoops off the gargoyle and drops him center of the ring.
And let me tell you something. Yes, the crowd still loves Dave, but in my opinion, this is a different Big Dave than the man who came out against Sandman, faced Derek Neal for the Retinal Championship. This is a man possessed with hatred of the Carney.
Big Dave has had enough, and you are seeing all that on display right now. Rear naked choke by the gargoyle, Kerry Awful.
He took his opportunity and seized it. Now putting his entire weight onto the back of Dave, but ooh!
That backpack stunner from Big Dave, dropping Kerry Awful, and Kerry Awful's reeling all the way over to his Carney brethren. Oh, but Dave's giving chase.
Of course he is. Now it's a 3-for-1 special. He can beat up all of them at once.
But Kerry Awful able to capitalize off the distraction. How many times are we going to have to say that sentence tonight? Awful breaking the count. Big Dave trying to throw those shots in the midsection, but he eats a shot right to the forehead from Kerry Awful, and both men just trading heavy leather. Awful got a hold of Big Dave and sends Big Dave right into the wall.
Kerry wisely breaking the count. Taking things back into the ring.
Sends Big Dave back to the center of the ring. Kerry Awful, handful of hair. He's got the leg of Big Dave, and the dragon screw drops the biggest man alive.
Targeting those lower extremities, a wise move on the part of Awful. Every tree is the same size when it gets cut down.
Pulling at the fingers of Big Dave. We've seen this so many times before from Kerry Awful here in this ring. That hand manipulation, a favorite tool in the bag of Awful. It's exactly the same thing that we saw whenever Kerry Awful faced off against Eden Monroe at Eat the Rich, and we're seeing it here once again against Big Dave, and just adding fuel to the fire. And you're just pissing the big man off now, as if he wasn't mad enough already going into this.
Both men trading off shots in the center of the ring.
Dave is sent reeling by Kerry Awful. Kerry Awful giving Big Dave a free shot, and I don't know how good of an idea that is. Kicks out the leg of Big Dave. Should have seen that one coming. See what the gargoyle's got in mind here.
Oh, God. Working over that knee.
Working, pulls back on the ankle and stomps out the knee, just trying to just rip the tendons of Big Dave. Folds him up, looking for a figure 4 in the center of the ring. And he's got it. Dave's still trying to stay in this. He's gritting his teeth. He's fighting through the pain, trying to turn this over onto Kerry Awful. Can he get the rotation? Yes, he's got it.
Reversing the pressure onto Kerry now. Unfortunately, Kerry turns it right back around.
Oh, shouldn't have done that.
Oh, no. Careful, careful.
Both men going to the outside.
You see they're holding on to, oh my God!
Maintaining hold of the figure 4 all the way down to the floor.
Referee beginning the count, having to get things back into the ring.
Iggy helping Kerry Awful back to his feet. To a count of 7, can Big Dave make it in time?
After everything I've seen this man go through, it's gonna take more than that to bring out any quit in the man known as Big Dave.
Right back to where we were, both men nose to nose, face to face, center of the ring. Did you not learn the last time, Kerry? Jesus. That throat chop from Kerry Awful, having to create the separation. Big Dave was just going to work with those chops. Big Dave firing back once again.
This is a bar brawl in the middle of the ring. Oh.
The big old hammer from Big Old Dave. Ducks the shot. Catches Awful.
Look at the strength of Big Dave.
All the way slam for the biggest man alive. Hooks the outside leg, but wisely reaching for that bottom rope. The veteran Kerry Awful knew exactly where he was.
The ring awareness of Kerry Awful is second to none. Spirit of 99 incoming, but
Wait a minute, God, can we throw these sons of bitches out already? It's ridiculous. Dave grabbing the cowbell. Dave looking to do a little bit of street justice, getting these boys out of here himself.
looks like Dave's gonna do it for you, Rob.
Iggy, you can get the hell out of here, buddy. We don't want anything to do with you.
Dave finally.
Hunter Drake running through the crowd. Hunter Drake getting chased by Big Dave through the crowd. And Kerry Awful going out to give chase. Dave's back in the ring.
Still has that cowboy in his hand.
Oh, and he nails. That's a disqualification victory for Awful.
As a result of disqualification, Kerry Awful.
Big Dave don't give a damn. He said, you want your win? You want your Carnies win? There you go. And now we're going to hear from the biggest man alive. Bet you don't feel like a winner now, Kerry.
Problem is the history books are always going to say he is.
Big Dave don't give a damn about history right now. All he cares about is retribution. I can get behind that.
Big Dave 2024.
Sheriff Dave laying down the law. Looking to make Retinal a better place. And I think that's something that we all can get behind.